The nation of Ghana stood at a crossroads in early 2024 as its people prepared to cast their votes in one of the most critical general elections in recent history. Amid the cacophony of campaign promises and political rhetoric, one pledge captured the imagination of the populace like no other. Former President John Dramani Mahama, addressing throngs of enthusiastic supporters on his campaign trail, made a bold promise: free tertiary tuition fees for university students. It was a vision not just of relief for families burdened by education costs, but of a future where higher education could unlock untold potential, driving Ghana toward progress and prosperity. This pledge, highlighted in his Youth Manifesto, struck a chord with Ghanaians, especially the youth, who saw in it a path to achieving their dreams without being shackled by financial barriers. When the election dust settled and Mahama emerged victorious, the nation looked to him to fulfill his campaign commitments. Before we dive deeper into today's update, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support is key to helping us grow and reach more viewers like you. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on exciting updates. True to his word, he wasted no time in setting the wheels in motion. His appointment of Honorable Haruna Iddrisu as Minister-designate for Education was a clear signal of intent. A seasoned politician with a deep understanding of the challenges facing Ghana's educational system, Haruna Iddrisu was seen as a capable and trusted figure who could deliver on the president's ambitious promises. From the very beginning, it was clear this administration was serious about reshaping the education landscape in Ghana. On January 20th, 2025, during his vetting by the Appointments Committee of Parliament, Haruna Iddrisu provided a glimpse into the government's plans to turn the free tertiary education pledge into reality. The first step, he revealed, was addressing the significant hurdle of admission fees for first-year university students. These fees, often a stumbling block for many aspiring students, would be refunded under the new policy. The government had already allocated 345 million Ghana Cedis in its maiden budget to ensure this refund, a move that would provide immediate financial relief to families who had already struggled to cover these costs. Haruna Iddrisu explained that this initiative was part of a larger strategy to remove barriers to higher education and make it more accessible to Ghanaians from all walks of life. While the refund policy was targeted at students in general academic programs, it would not extend to those studying specialized fields such as medicine. This decision, according to Iddrisu, was a pragmatic one, reflecting the high costs associated with such fields and the need to manage limited resources effectively. By focusing on the majority of students, the government aimed to make the greatest impact possible within its means. As the vetting continued, the committee pressed Iddrisu for clarity on various aspects of the policy. Was this a blanket tuition-free initiative, or was it narrowly focused? Iddrisu responded with confidence, explaining that tuition fees in public universities were already free in Ghana. The focus of the current policy was on admission fees, a critical but often misunderstood distinction. This clarification helped paint a more detailed picture of how the initiative would work, quelling some of the concerns and confusion surrounding its implementation. But the government's vision for education reform didn't stop there. Haruna Iddrisu outlined an ambitious roadmap that went beyond financial relief. He emphasized the administration's commitment to three pillars of education reform: access, quality, and relevance. The first step, improving access, was tied directly to the free admission fees policy, but it also included plans to expand infrastructure. With the growing demand for higher education, many universities in Ghana were operating at capacity, leading to overcrowding and strained resources. By investing in new facilities and expanding existing ones, the government hoped to create room for more students without compromising the quality of education. On the issue of quality, Iddrisu acknowledged that making higher education accessible was only part of the solution. Without high-quality instruction, resources, and facilities, expanded access could lead to a dilution of academic standards. To address this, the government planned to prioritize investments in teacher training, curriculum development, and technology integration. These measures would ensure that students not only had the opportunity to attend university, but also received an education that prepared them to excel in an increasingly competitive global environment. The third pillar, relevance, was perhaps the most forward-looking aspect of the administration's education agenda. Haruna Iddrisu highlighted the government's intent to establish model science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM) schools in every region of Ghana. These schools would serve as centers of excellence, equipping students with the skills needed to thrive in a rapidly evolving job market. By focusing on STEM education, the government aimed to position Ghana as a leader in innovation and technology, fostering a new generation of thinkers, creators, and problem solvers. As the discussion shifted to the free senior high school, free SHS program introduced by the previous administration, Iddrisu made it clear that the Mahama government had no intention of scrapping it. Instead, the program would undergo a comprehensive review to address its challenges and enhance its effectiveness. This pragmatic approach reflected the administration's recognition of the program's importance in providing access to secondary education, even as it sought to improve its implementation. Haruna Iddrisu also reaffirmed the government's commitment to the constitutional mandate of free, compulsory, and universal education. This pledge signaled a broader vision for education reform, one that encompassed not just tertiary education but the entire system. By ensuring that every child in Ghana had access to quality education, the government hoped to lay the foundation for a more equitable and prosperous society. The stakes were high and the challenges ahead were undeniable. Implementing such an ambitious education agenda would require meticulous planning, robust funding mechanisms, and collaboration across government agencies and educational institutions. Skeptics question the feasibility of the free admission fees policy, pointing to Ghana's limited financial resources and the complexities of managing such a large-scale initiative. Others raise concerns about the exclusion of specialized programs like medicine, arguing that this could create disparities within the system. Yet, in the face of these challenges, there was a palpable sense of optimism. The administration's proactive approach, as evidenced by Haruna Iddrisu's detailed plans and candid responses during his vetting, suggested a readiness to tackle these obstacles head-on. The allocation of funds for admission fee refunds was a tangible first step, demonstrating the government's commitment to delivering on its promises. The potential impact of these reforms was immense. For families struggling to make ends meet, the elimination of admission fees represented a lifeline, enabling their children to pursue higher education without the constant worry of financial strain. For students, it was an opportunity to focus on their studies and achieve their full potential, unburdened by the weight of economic hardship. And for Ghana as a whole, it was a chance to invest in its most valuable resource, its people. As the story of Ghana's education reform unfolded, it captured the attention of the nation and the world. It was a story of ambition and determination, of challenges and opportunities. It was a story about the power of education to transform lives, build communities, and drive national progress. Above all, it was a story about hope. Hope for a future where every Ghanaian, regardless of their background, could dream big and achieve even bigger. In the months and years to come, the success of these initiatives will depend on their implementation and the government's ability to sustain them in the face of economic and logistical challenges. But for now, the vision is clear, the groundwork has been laid, and the journey has begun. Ghana stands on the brink of a new era in education, and the world is watching. The promise of free tertiary tuition fees is not just a policy. It is a testament to the belief that education is the key to unlocking Ghana's full potential and paving the way for a brighter, more inclusive future.
If today is your first time watching this channel or you are returning to this channel for the exciting content, please subscribe to the channel for more educative and developmental projects across Ghana and Africa as a whole. Do you want to know about the state of a project in Africa? Then make sure to like and comment the name of the project you would like us to talk about and its current state.